Good morning. I'm Gail at thrivewithchronicpain.com, and it is Pain Management Tools Wednesday. So I thought today I would just give you a number of tools that you can use quickly and easily as you're having your flares, your pain, your whatever terminology that you use. But first I'll tell you why I'm doing this, because if you haven't seen me before, you may well wonder. Well, I've had chronic pain for over 25 years, and I had about a year and a half ago, I had brain surgery to help with the neuralgias in my head, and possibility of, it was a very, very high possibility that I would come out of that with no longer having the stabs in my eye and in my ear and in my head and in my jaw and in my cheeks and all these places. And it was a very high percentage. And it turned out that I was that small percentage of people that it didn't work for. So I was very happy to have these tools. And not only did they help me with the physical pain that you can imagine would come with recovering from brain surgery, but also for the emotional pain of, it didn't work, and now I'm recovering from brain surgery. So I want to get this information out, share it, and hope that it helps you with your day-to-day, because that's what we need to do, help each other out and help us get through our day-to-days. And even if every day isn't a thrive, but there's different versions of how you interpret that. So let's start with some quick and easy ones. And the first one I'll show you is just drop your shoulders. Just drop your shoulders and just feel that difference. Another way to do that is to bring your shoulders up tight, 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 and just drop them. So you're focusing on something else other than your pain. Even if it is shoulder pain, you're focusing on something else. And then you have the relaxation of dropping your shoulders. So one of the things I suggest is putting sticky notes throughout your house that say drop your shoulders. And every week or so, moving them around in different places, because we don't see sticky notes after a while if they're always in the same place. One of the things I do with my husband when he's leaving in the morning, especially if it's a rainy day or a snowy day or a cold, cold day, I'll notice him doing this. So I'll just yell out the door, drop your shoulders, and he'll drop them and say, thanks. So give that a try, see how that works for you. Let's see, another one is just a breath, a particular breath that helps your brain and your brain waves move relatively quickly into a more relaxed state. And we know that if we've got higher anxiety and higher stress, which makes us not relaxed at all, our pain goes up with those increases. So the breath is through the nose, you're breathing in, and through the mouth, you're breathing out. And if you're comfortable and maybe nobody's around, you can do the out breath. And if not, though, imagine that there is a little pinwheel here in front of you, and your breath is what moves it. So just it's a gentle breath that way, moving it, okay? And you would do 2 in and 4 out. 3 breaths in, 6 breaths out. 4 breaths in, 8 breaths out. So let's just do it for a moment. So breathing, and we'll go with 3. Breathing in, 2, 3, and out, 5, 6, and breathing in, 2, 3, and out, 5, 6, and breathing in, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you do what's comfortable for you, but these are things you can do with, even if you have a house full of people right now, if you've got people working from home and schooling from home, or whatever the scenario is. Maybe you're out in the world, you have to grocery shop or something, and you have a great big flare that comes on, and you think, oh, crap, I'm gonna have to go home now. And I don't want to. I want to finish this just while you're walking. The 3 breaths in and the 6 breaths out, and the 3 breaths in and the 6 breaths out while you're walking. And that can really make a difference for you. So I'm looking at a list here today. All right, if you are in pain and you want to do something right away, get your phone out. Most of us have phones. Get your phone out and look up babies laughing. And this is, even if you don't like babies, because some people don't, even if you think, what the heck difference would that make? Watch babies laughing. And you may find yourself able to have a little bit of a smile even through your pain. You may suddenly big smile and you may start laughing along with them. Babies laughing is just a great, great, quick and easy tool and technique. So you can swing your arms, and in the swinging the arms, it's like a kid did. Probably can't get back far enough, but it's you swing them loose, swinging them loose, just all loose. You know how you'll see kids do, just all loose. Again, being comfortable with what your body can do and will do. And you can swing them really gently. You can swing them a little bit harder, but it's that loosey-goosey of a kid. And give that a try. That's one. It's quick, it's easy, it's simple. If you do have kids or other people at home, if you've got a partner there, have them swing along with you, and you'll find yourself smiling. But it's also very, very relaxing to the body. Another thing is to dance in place, and you might say, well, I can't dance. Well, then sway in place. People can sway. Even in my chair, I can sway. My chair, I can sway and move and just like feel into that. Remember that your body does things other than pain. Give it the opportunity to do other than pain and move. Now, for a really great couple of distraction ideas. All right. One is opening your junk drawer and just saying, I'm going to take a quarter of it and clean it out. In fact, I'm so thrilled to clean it out. However, if this is something that if you were to open the junk drawer and see whatever state it's in, and it would make you out of your mind and more tense, please do not do this. I'm one of those people who finds it very soothing to organize things and to clean things out. Yeah, I'm one of those. And so I would do that. If that's not good for you, another thing to do that's very simple, and we all need food, is to peel a carrot, peel a cucumber, slice it. You can slice an apple, but you're turning your attention to the sharp knife you have in your hand. So you're actually going to pay attention and you're focusing on this. And it can become really meditational too in the chopping. Make a salad. Make a salad for dinner or for lunch, but just chop the vegetables. Simple, easy, quick. Your attention is turned away from your pain, even though you're living with it. You've come into acceptance of it, and you're going to think and focus on something else, chopping those vegetables. And the nice thing is there's a great result with those. Oh, and stretch. Just stretch. You can, bring your hands up over your head and you can stretch them up. If that's not possible, lean forward in your chair. You can stretch your back. You can stretch over to the sides. You don't have to do yoga. You don't have to do qigong. You don't have to do tai chi. You can stretch your arms. Just stretch and move. As we move our body, we're also teaching it in these quick and easy tools. You're also teaching it that it is safe for you to move. A lot of times when we've had pain for a long time, we can get really locked into, if I move, my pain will become worse. So it really is a great thing to be able to do that. Okay, what else today. Oh, do you have any hobbies that you're working on? Like I always have, I like to knit, but I'll often have knitting that I'm working on. And like this. And the only reason I did this was because it was a brand new stitch. It was complicated. I only did this 15 stitches wide, so it's not a true scarf, but it makes me feel warm. Most of the time when I'm doing for a distraction, because I'm in the midst of a pain, I will just do some stitches, some complicated ones on the exact same row. I may just make things up. And then when I'm done, when it gets so long, I will often just tear it out and roll it back up. But it's also nice to have a project that you're working on and want to complete, and you want to complete it well because you'll be turning your focus to that. And this is whatever your hobbies are. I'm just going to see if I had some others. Okay, so if your hobby is, maybe you like doing collages. So you have one that you're working on a lot and you're sticking things on it and you're gluing things on it. Another thing that's really fun is coloring. And I only say coloring if, when I first began to color, there was nothing restful about it in the slightest bit. Because I would take something like this, and because I was who I was, I would have to color everything in one sitting. That is no longer true. So again, remember, this is to have some distraction. I like glitter, so I went out and got myself some glitter pens. And I'm slowly coloring things in. I'm just sitting and doing it when it is a moment of pain, rather than sitting and absorbing and giving all of my every thought to the pain. I'll find some other ways, and I just call them quick pain management tools that you can use. Okay, let's see what else we have today. Oh, do you have a book that's really engaging? And the book can be, from the library. It can be one that you're reading on your Kindle. It can be an Audible book. Whatever the forms of that are for you, make sure it's engaging and something that is delightful to you. I love murder mysteries, and I always have. I've been reading them for decades. And now I want them to have an extra twist to engage me, something to keep my attention, because I can so often figure them out by the end. And I also like books of quotes, like just really quotes that are really good to me. So in the moments, that's what I'll return to. If you have a favorite book, that you return to, whether it's on, again, Audible or Kindle, I really like this book, Salt, Fat, Acid, and Heat. And there's so much to read in it, and even if I've read it through many, many times, I'll see something more. And it's just, her writing is soothing to me. So I'll turn my attention to this. Another thing that you can do is to put on, do you have a lotion that you really like and it smells good, and you can rub it on your hands all the way up the forearms, smelling that. And in the line of smells are something that when we smell, we may get the memory of going back to that memory of when we first smelled it. So you can have, like my girlfriend got me this one that's lavender, and I can, it's a little roller ball, and I can smell that for a while. It's on my, it's on me. I'll usually put it on my wrist. You can go to your cupboard. If you're a baker and you've got vanilla and you've got pumpkin spice and you've got all of these different spices, peppermint is a great one for kind of waking you up. And you can go to those. And so you're opening them, you're breathing them in, and you're allowing for the memories of it. It could be, I remember when my mom baked such and such. I remember when I did this. I remember when I had a French vanilla latte, you know, something like that. The things that occupy your mind lighten. They lighten that pain, because pain, remember, has a lot of an emotional component to it too. So we want to be sure and address that. Let's see if I'm checking the time here too, because I could go on and on and on. So, right in the moment of the pain, right in the moment when it's like your worst and you say, never going to get out of this, I don't know how I can. I want you to think of 3 things that you're grateful for. And you'll say, well, I cannot do that. There's nothing I'm grateful for when I'm in massive pain. Sure, I totally understand that completely. It may feel that way. But if you'll look around wherever you're sitting, okay, and reach for the easy ones. Oh, I'm warm today. Like, I'm really cold today. That's why I'm dressed this way. And there is also heat in my house. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for I had a cup of hot liquid today. So you can begin to go for those things that are really like nurturing to your body. What do you need for your body? Did you have a hot shower this morning? Say them out loud. And even if there's others around, you can say them out loud. You can tell people what you're doing. But this can help on those days where you can't possibly think of thriving in no way. And it can help pull you up and out of that while still accepting, acknowledging that you live with chronic pain, and that there are things that you're so grateful for in spite of this. Another thing that I suggest is have little places around the house where you have something when you look at it, it makes you smile. So this is a card my girlfriend gave me one time. And I like what she wrote in it, but I love, love, love the front of this card. So every time I see it, it makes me smile. And I will move it around in different places, because by keeping it in the same place all the time, I will forget about it. Another thing is my son got me this one year after Guardians of the Galaxy. This is Groot, and they made Groot into a planter. And there's something about those eyes and him resting on his little hand that every time I see him, he greatly amuses me. And I keep pens in there. And let's see, I just want to look in, how about 2 more? Okay. Another one, just like your shoulders, is notice your jaw. Are your teeth clenched? So many of us, we have our teeth close together when there's no reason to. We're not eating. And relax your jaw. One of the easiest ways is to part your teeth. You can also just drop your jaw. Might make you amused too. If somebody's watching you, they may giggle at you and say, what are you doing? And just in the moment of me saying relax your jaw, did you notice that many of you had it clenched? So that's a really super great and easy one. And then the other one that I really like and find very helpful is to imagine a time that was really lovely. Doesn't have to be super wonderful, doesn't have to be your happiest moment on this planet, but that was just lovely for you. You really enjoyed it. Or it was outlandishly funny, or it was silly, or it was naughty, or it was all of those things that make our lives full and enjoyable. And you want to see it with all of your senses. Like I would imagine one of the times I was on the beach, the Pacific Ocean beach, and there was a group of the brown pelicans came flying by in their really amazing flight pattern. So I will shut my eyes for this. I'll go back to that moment. I'll feel my feet stepping on the sand. I'll feel it. I'll feel the heat of the day because it was a sunny day. I noticed the smell of the ocean. the ocean has a very particular smell. I'll feel that cool water come over my feet now and again. And I feel and smell and hear. I hear the birds. I hear people talking. I get all of those senses that take me back into that moment and made it just so delightful. And I noticed that where the sun was in the sky, it was starting to head towards sunset, and it caused the sky, because there were a lot of clouds and it had all of these orangey and bright yellow and the colors that you get from a sunset on the coast at the beach. And I already feel just like soothed, relaxed. So when you pull forward a memory, how did it taste? How did it smell? How did it sound? How did it feel? Was it warm? Was it cold? When you're seeing the memory, are you right there in it, or are you looking at it just through your eyes? All of these things that help bring it fully and completely into your body. And let me tell you, if you're there, it's a little bit difficult to really hang on to that pain, even though you're living with it and you're accepting it and it's happening. So I think I'll stop with that today. That's plenty. And if you want to see more, you can go to my website at www.thrivewithchronicpain.com. And when you're in there, you can look at, there's a pain management tools page, there's a resources page, there's blogs that not only expand on the tools, but just talk about what is it like to live with chronic pain. And if you'd like to get a hold of me, you can do it through the contact page of the website. And if you'd like to send me an email, you can send that to Gail, and that's Gail, at thrivewithchronicpain.com, and I'll be happy to get back to you. So thanks, have a great week, and hugs.